Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting the good fight of faith in truth, sincerity, and wholeheartedly. And shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers. Shalom unto you. I'm going to read pretty fast. I wanted to read this article because, it's in a time of prophecy. All right, so it says Ukraine crisis accelerating rise of central bank digital currencies. All right, so I'm gonna read the first paragraph and I'm gonna jump down. It say a joint project between the Central Bank of Canada and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology will be researching the possibility of an entirely digital Canadian dollar. It was announced yesterday. Now this is March 21st. I think today is March 24th. All right, so I want to jump down to the CBDC pilot. All right, so it say the CBDC pilot, which a pilot is the testing before they roll it out. All right, and it say CBDC pilot schemes were already active in the Bahamas and Nigeria. The thing is too, you already know that's where Jake at. They always want to give it. And Jake always wanted to be the first one to test something, the first one to say, I did it. Our people is destroyed for a lack of knowledge. But as you see, of course, they're going to start where, the so-called blacks and, Latinos are at. All right. But this right here is Bahamas and Nigeria. This is where Judah and Benjamin is at. All right. And Levi. All right. So it say before the end of 2021. And Jamaica is rolling out their own later this year after a pilot scheme last year. Dozens of others are not far behind, including the U.S., U.K., and the entire Eurozone. Sweden, e-krona, is currently in the testing phase. Joe Biden has called research into CBDCs a matter of the highest urgency. All right? And, it's beautiful to hear, man, because even though this is a broken record, we talk about the Charagma a lot because that's one of the major prophecies that have to come to pass. But when you got the president talking about transferring to a digital currency as the highest urgency, hey, it's time to rejoice. So say Ukraine is right at the forefront of the CBDC research. And has been prepping for such since 2016. There were plans to implement one later this year, Salakia. There was plans to implement one later this year, though it was possible. Goodness gracious. Though it's possible the war has changed them. Maybe I need to not read fast, but I got to before I can make this video, in a timely fashion. So say, the Russian central bank was developing a digital ruble, which is their currency. And speaking of that, today they talking about how, we're going to use the ruble for instead of the petrodollar for oil. So now Joe Biden talking about kicking them out of the G20. So now, look, it's really going down, man. It's really going down because when you got Biden, like they basically saying, man, fuck Russia. All right. And we all know what Russia is going to do to the United States of America. But anyway, it said the Russian central bank was developing a digital ruble before the invasion of Ukraine. It is now being suggested as a way to circumvent Western sanctions. See, now they're using the sanctions as an excuse to forward this digital thing. And look, this is all the Lord. This is all Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Prophecy is going to come to pass, whether you like it or not. All right. And I love it because it say before the invasion of Ukraine, because you got to understand the Lord put the spirit on these people to do it. He put the spirit on the Russian and Ukraine thing to go down. Because it said that they was going to do it before the invasion of Ukraine, but it ain't time yet. We all on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's time. So it says China was already leading the race to total digitalization of the currency and have used the vulnerability to Western sanctions as an excuse to push ahead even harder. Now, China is already in a totalitarian government. They really already in place to do the digital. All right. U.S. Envies the way that China is running right now because they're really in a dictatorship to the point that you say, listen, ain't gonna be no prophets in China. All right, your ass try to prophesy, your ass gonna go to prison or get put to death. That's how it is in China, and they got like 27 cameras to one person in China. Like it is crazy out there. All right, so it says India, South Africa, Malaysia, this list go on and on. In short, pretty much the whole world has been at least considering the move to an entire digital money. Where should this concern you? Well, because digital currency would mean every single transaction you make could be monitored, which is already the case. But you got people, sell drugs. You got people, hit licks. So, that money ain't accounted for. See, now they going to have literally every dollar accounted for. All right, I'm just using those as an example. And it say, can monitor recorded the state as well as your bank. The implications for the right to privacy are obvious, but privacy is the least of it. It is the least of it because they using the money, as basically the front man. We all know this is the total control over you, your thoughts, your soul. As the scripture said, he's sitting in the temple of the Most High, calling himself the Most High. All right. And it says the implications for the right to privacy are obvious, but privacy is the least of it. Much of the research being done on the CBDCs concerning making them programmable, meaning either the state issuing the money or the company paying as its wages could put controls on how and where it's spent. Yes, you're going to have certain jobs that's attached to this digital. You're only going to be able to do certain things. All right. This is literally what you call having control over mind, body, and spirit, man. And this is what they're trying to do with their technology. All right. And it say digital cash could be programmed to ensure it is only spent on essential. See, they controlling what you're going to get. Ain't no more freedom. New World Order, as Charles Schwab said, you will own nothing and be happy. All right. And it said it is only spent on essentials or goods which an employer or government deems to be sensible. All right. And I'm going to read this last one. Government and employers make sure the money they issue can only be used on sensible things and not used in social harmful ways. See, they saying like this is for your safety. They always do that. That's what the damn devil do. Just like they started it back with having the charagma on your pet. They basically saying, yeah, we put it in your pet, put it on the leash. All right, for when your pet run away, you'll be able to find it. So they always trying to use something as a way of salvation. That's how they're going to deliver this thing out here to the world as some type of salvation. Like this is good for you. All right. And it said it doesn't take much imagination to see just how this system could evolve and reshape the entire society into a truly dystopian nightmare. You got damn right. You got damn right. All right. So, I ain't even going to get Revelation 13 and 16. We all know that. I'm going to get real plain scriptures, but this is very important, man, because we almost out of here. So it says, because thou hast kept the words of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly, hold fast that which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Because you got to understand, since we know the truth, the Lord gave us the Holy Spirit. He allowed us to have a chance at salvation. We got to hold on fast to what we have. Don't think that what we have is nothing. As we see the world spiraling out of control, the prophecies, wisdom, and knowledge should be the stability of thy times is what's going to keep us stable, man. All right. And to say, him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out, and will write upon him the name of my power, the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, and I will write upon him my new name, which that name is Yahweh Shai, which we didn't know. Now it's recently made fresh. That's what new mean, kainos. All right. Now, let's go here. Because, it's beautiful because now we actually talking about, oops, damn, why I keep doing that? But now we actually talking about this more and more, man. Like they are actually talking about this more and more. So it say, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. All right. So when it actually start to be implemented, all right, you already got certain nations like Sweden that's already doing it. All right. That's like the test run. That's the headquarters of the test run for the Charagma. All right. And guess what? Now they're gonna use Russia. They're gonna use Russia as the boogeyman. He's gonna be the scapegoat. They're gonna use him as a cyber attacks. I seen something about that yesterday. Talk about Joe Biden basically warning United States citizens that Russia might do a cyber attack, which is really gonna be them. You know what I'm saying? So like, I hope this video don't get striked because you know how they be. They sensitive. But the point is that it's a beautiful time, man. It's a beautiful time to be alive. And it's a beautiful time to finally see these things come to pass. And I always think about the apostles and even the elders. The apostles been in this thing for 30 plus years. The elders been in this thing for 20 to 25 years. And then you got the ones who came in 2007. They on their 15th year. Man, that's a long time. Not a long time to the Lord, but in regular time, it's a long time. And these things that they was talking about, now we actually seeing it. And I'm so grateful just to be a part. And I hope that we endure to the end. I hope that we continue to stay we need to stay prayed up, pray, for strength to endure. It's a beautiful time, man. They talking about it, man. And he said the highest urgency. All right. We all know that the digital currency, it might start off with just like phone transactions. Then they're going to try to put it inside you, man. So, that's all I got, man. I ain't want to make this video too long. Revelation 13:16, he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right here on their forehead, man. All right, so that's the time that we are in, and that have to be implemented first before World War III start. All right, so hopefully this video is edifying, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found, and shalom.